everybody. Thanks for tuning in to blackamericaweb.com. We're here in the Red Velvet Cake Studios with Jon B, who first came on the scene back in 1995 with his Bonafide album, with that fantastic duet you had with Babyface, Someone to Love. And now he's back with Helpless Romantic. All right, Jon, how you doing? How you feel? And where you been?
And I've been blessed. I've been working on this new album. I've been touring all over the world. You know, it's been an amazing journey for this last album. This is album number 5, y'all. It's coming out October 28th. And man, I mean, it's just such a pleasure to be back, but let alone to be back with the news that I had, because I just had a little girl. She's 15 months and my first child. You know, I'm 33, but I'm about to be 34, and you know, it just feels like I feel like a grown man. You know, I feel seasoned in what I do. You know, I feel content. Most importantly, you know, with my child, I think that really kind of opened my eyes to the real. You know what I mean? So this new album's called Helpless Romantic, and I mean, you know, I'll let you ask the next question
because you can go on and on forever about your baby. And you would just tell me about her beautiful name too.
Yeah, Azure Luna, little B. Yeah, little B. She's so beautiful. I mean, you know, her mother's a beautiful lady. So you know, together we kind of did it right. You know what I mean? And we got blessed, really truly blessed. So I'm looking at my baby and I'm thinking, you're gonna learn the piano, you're gonna learn to sing. You know what I mean? She's only 15 months, but yeah. I'm already getting her in there. So.
Yeah, and that actually comes from your whole family line of musicians too, right? You got cellists and pianists and violinists.
Yeah, I mean, we could start our own little orchestra if we wanted. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool to have that kind of focus as a young child. That's what helped me take it so seriously, because you know, I saw my parents taking it seriously. There was always music going on in the house, so you know, records getting played and just, you know, constantly. I was the ham of the house, you know what I mean? Singing and beating on stuff and writing songs and stuff. So
hey, it paid off.
Kind of did.
Yeah, now this is your 5th album, Helpless Romantic, and you also feature a collaboration on here with Paul Wall.
Paul Wall, baby.
I was surprised when I read that, Paul Wall. And this is the single that you released, Oh So Sexy. Tell me about working with Paul.
Paul's a good brother, man. He's just, I mean, you know, to me, it's like I got to get down with folks that I relate to, you know. Pac was one of those guys that it just, you know, the fact that he wanted to work with me was a crazy thing, but in the studio we had so much chemistry, me and Tupac, you know, and that's the same chemistry that I would like go as far as to say me and Paul Wall have. It's like a really strong admiration and respect for one another. I appreciate how he has held his position in the game, you know, and it's like he's a dope MC and he's got a dope swagger. His voice is really cool. I mean, I think that it's a really good matchup for the two of us to do something. I mean, us being kind of underrated in the game a little bit too. I mean, I know he had his album that just came out, and I was actually on there as well. So he kind of showed the love right back, and you know, and we did the Ooh So Sexy single. So, but of course, it's dedicated to the ladies. Of course, it's dedicated to all my fans, the people who've been holding me down all these years, and vice versa for him as well. You know what I mean? So, it just is a pleasure to do it, and I mean, this song's just a tribute to women like yourself, you know what I mean? You know, who's so sexy.
I like that. We're going to have him back real soon. And let's talk about any other collaborations you've had on the album, whether it be production.
Yeah. Well, the other collaboration is I'm really excited to present my first artist to the world, you know, my pet project. It's been a long year coming, but a long time coming. But over the last year, we finished her album. Her name is Jonesy. She's from LA, and I've been working with her a long time. But we finished her album, and she's featured on my album on a song that I actually wrote about my child and the whole conception thing. You know what I mean? How does it happen? And then when it happens, how do you feel? You know what I mean? The song is called "The Ride of Our Lives," and it's talking about, the hook says, you know, we wanted it. You know, you wanted it, I wanted it. We said we wanted it, now we got it. Now we're on the ride of our lives. Now what's up? You know what I mean? Ooh. So, yeah, and it's a duet. It's a beautiful duet. People also know Jonesy from, she wrote the verse, Faith Evans' verse on my song that I did with Faith on the Pleasures You Like album called Overjoyed. So when she sang the demo, Faith heard the demo and was like, why you want me to sing this? You know, this girl is bad. You know what I mean? So she kind of gave us the blessing from the jump, and I really have I have a lot of faith in Jonesy's project coming out being real strong. So look out for Jonesy on Vibes Elect Records. real soon. All right.
Ooh. One of the last questions I have for you, Jon, is the evolution of Vibe Select, your new independent label. Let's talk about how that came about.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, I've been paying the dues in, you know, in on the major labels, you know what I mean? I'm definitely blessed to say that I got a lot of red carpet treatment early on, you know, in the game. First single with Babyface, I mean, Grammy nomination. I mean, Epic showed me a lot of love, and we had like, I don't even know how many videos on those albums. The last 3 albums I had were on Epic, and being off of Epic was like a actual personal choice of mine. Before they could drop me, I just asked to release because it was a type of situation where the industry was changing, the internet was kind of taking over, and a lot of merging started going on with these major labels. So they started letting go actually artists and starting the rosters over, you know. So rather than, you know, do that, I was like, man, I need to go independent, you know, honestly. So I paid my dues with the last album, Stronger Every Day. We had a really hot album. That was one of my best albums, I consider. You know, I had a lot of features on there, you know, Beanie Man, ODB, rest in peace, you know. We had Scarface on there, you know, and so I mean, it was a crazy thorough record. Tank was on there as well. You know, he did a duet with me on there. And you know, the album went gold, but I mean, we didn't have any promotion, man. I mean, that's just that's the fans out there just you know, holding me down. You know, we heard you had an album out, we're gonna go support. You know, we didn't see the video, but we're gonna go out and support. I mean, that's love, man, and that shows me that you know, it's about making good music, really, first and foremost. So, with that being said, I think that after that album, you know, kind of like I didn't expect it to do what it did, and I said to myself, I'd never put out an album again after that. That would be, you know, so under promoted like that. Right. And the only way to do it, I guess, they say, you know, a job's not done perfect unless you do it yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you know, everything's got to be done to my standards right now. And I have a lot of relationships in this, you know, in this game from all the years I've been in it. Now I need to use those relationships, you know. Important. And a lot of those people said they had my back, man. Truthfully, are coming through for it, brother, man. Which is really, that's what it's all about, man. This is a music industry, but it's also a people industry. And that's what we have to understand, is that, you know, the first impression is the most important impression. And I've been really doing my best trying to keep it humble in this game and not, you know, not beat nobody over the head, you know, with my own expectations of what things should be. I go with the flow, you know. If my album is aluminum now, that don't mean it's going to be aluminum forever. It might go platinum in a couple months, you know what I'm saying?
Which so most of your albums have gone gold anyway, so that wouldn't be too difficult.
I said aluminum.
That's okay. Yeah. That's all right. And you're also a songwriter, too. You've written for some of the top artists in the industry, After 7, Tony Braxton.
Yeah. You know, Michael Jackson did a remix for Michael Jackson. I got a chance to work with TLC before Left Eye passed, and Jay-Z, Nas, a lot of MCs, Coco from SWV. You know, people don't know a lot of the stuff that I've done production-wise, because more of it is much more on the album side. You know, I haven't had too many singles that have actually come out, but getting to be on albums that are like the artist's greatest album is really, you know, first of all, it's paying the bills, but besides that, you know, it's an incredible honor for me, you know, to be able to say I was on the Secrets album, Tony Braxton, the last song on there. I played piano on that, and co-wrote that with Babyface, and we got a Grammy nomination for that. So, you know, it's crazy, you know. I mean, this writing game is so much more powerful and so much more valuable to me than being an artist, you know. So no matter what, I'm always gonna have, you know, something to do. You know, no matter what, I'm gonna be 80, 90 years old writing records for these young kids, straight up. Yeah.
And then by that time, you'll be able to do some collaborations with your daughter.
Oh, yeah. By then, yeah, she'll have like 4 albums out by then, you know what I mean? Producing them all, you know.
Well, cool. Well, Jon, I want to thank you for joining us in Red Velvet Cake Studios with Tom Joyner and the crew. Yes. And we look forward to your new album, Helpless Romantic, in stores October 28th. You definitely want to check it out. And also, don't forget to check out his in-studio jam right here on blackamericaweb.com.